Well, chitty chat. Um, Found out that the Norton is going to ship. No, it's not Norton. What am I thinking? Norton. What is it called? Well, I can't remember. But anyway, the big system that I wound up buying, they ship it out 10 to 12 days, and then it's 2 day shipping, so it'll be about 2 weeks. So I've just kind of got to watch the time. 2 weeks should be just about the time I'm done with the reservations I have. So I'll have to take a break, rush back down to the home base for a couple of days, and pick up that system. And then we can hit the road again. So that'll be good. So I'll go down, and that'll be okay because I'll take my time there, get all my clothing washed, all that stuff, and get ready to take off again. So, yeah, that'll be okay. All the wind is up out there. Get a lot of wind over here, which is okay. I like it. Now today, I unplugged for a while, and we drove up to Chama. Anyway, I like that little town. Went up and got some fruit. I was deciding, oh no, I want some fruit. Unfortunately, they didn't have the melons like I like, but I did get some type of a melon, some apricots. I got a couple of plums, but they were a little hard, and they're a little sour. And got some more ruby grapefruit. So, yeah, those are all good. And then it came back, and looking out my window out here, I've got one their little pull trailer, and another one, a little Class C up there. And going down this way, there's nothing. Okay. So it's really very, very few people out here. So I've decided this is a great place to come up in the summertime when it gets so hot down south. I like this better than the other park I was at. At least I have some signal. And then when I get that new system, hopefully I'll get a better signal. And the good thing is there is no cap to it. They don't throttle it. Now I'm just like hoping that I make it until the turnover time for my phone before they throttle it. So we'll see. Hopefully I make it. So yeah, that's what's going on out here. Beautiful place though. I am really enjoying it. I do like the wind, and just really pretty, the sunsets and the sunrises. Yeah, this is a nice place to be. I think this has got to be one of my favorite places that I've come to so far, because it's like my other place I like. Now, if I want desert, I go to Pancho Villa. There's always spots available there. But in the summer, when it's 105, 150, it's a bit much, But towards the winter time, that's one of my favorite places. That or Aguirre Springs. Now, up in Aguirre Springs, you're boondocking. There is no electric there. And I have to admit, I do like having the electric. But I also like to be in parks where you don't have every space filled. A lot of campers, a lot of tents, a lot of, now there were a number of people out here for Father's Day, but they've since left. And again, this has got, oh my God, it's got at least I'd say 30, 40 places open here at least. So it is a larger thing, and I do like this lake out here, El Vado. It's up past Taos, and when I was going past Taos, I did see the stupa up there. Now, that was something I just learned about recently, that Padmasambhava is supposed to be reborn in the West, supposed to come back here to the West. So somewhere in these areas here in New Mexico, where all the stupas are next to the Rio Grande. So that's interesting. Something I just learned. And I was driving up and I'm looking and I'm going, that looks like a Buddhist stupa. Sure enough, it is. So they've got stupas by, one is up here by Taos, one is by Santa Fe, one is down by Albuquerque. Okay. So all along the Rio Grande going up here. So that's quite interesting. I love the sound of the wind out here. Now we do get the wind out here. It's been coming up, it comes up and then it eases off for a while, and then it'll come up gangbusters, and then it'll kind of ease off a little bit. So the heavy wind is in and out, although it's been, since I've been here daily we have quite a bit of heavy wind, which is fine with me. I do like it. And this is a nice park to walk the dogs in because you've got a lot of open space that you can walk them, which is really nice to have as well. If you want to go to the grocery store, it's like 20 miles away to go up to Chama, the little town. But the grocery store is quite fine for being a pretty small area. So I enjoyed that as well. So anyway, that's about it for today. I'm trying to put up different things, I'm not saying that mine is the only path in the world. Absolutely, it's not. And I try to put out, options of other places as well. Now, the ones I've been putting up they are also Kundalini type paths, Dzogchen. I don't tend to recommend so much the paths that are, where are faith-based type paths. I'm more into the ones where you can get to realization, clear mind, however you want to say it, where you have a direct experience yourself, rather than trying to cling to God or goddess in either Buddhism or Hinduism or Christianity, where you are, praying for divine aid. I like to see people be able to get out of suffering, and so these are the types of paths that I tend to endorse, and put out there. Like, it was interesting to see this one Buddhist where they go into the trance. Now, I've seen a few of those, and they're very odd. And there's a big schism in the Tibetan things between that type of a path and the other types. Now, again, in Buddhism, you have paths, just like Hinduism as well. You've got paths that are, more just, scholarly type of a path. You learn to recite texts, and that's it. And then you have some paths which are more experiential, okay? So there's a big divide between that. like if you go up to, Dharamsala, you see a lot of them out there that are more on the scholarly type thing. You'll see them out there going, they give, they're debating each other. So they're debating these scriptures. But you have a path like that, and you're not really doing the meditation. You're not really getting the experience. I mean, you could talk all you want about it, but, being a parrot, being able to parrot something, doesn't mean that it's liberating in any way for you. But they can talk a blue streak. I don't know. I'm happy I've had a path that brings liberation and takes you out of suffering, rather than being able to, talk a blue streak and still be in suffering and trying to convince yourself that you're not. Okay, so that's where that's at. But like I said, the Kundalini path is not an easy path. I think some people are perhaps maybe more geared to one that's, more, again, where they're clinging to something, trying to cling to something. Okay. But again, this is not a path where we do pujas and stuff. People hear Kali, or they hear that and they think we're doing pujas. They think it's that type of a thing. It's not at all. It's not at all. We don't do pujas. We don't pray to Kali or any of the gods or goddesses. We're not putting them on a pedestal. We see them as energy forms that we work with. Okay, so it's a different take on that than a lot of people think it is. Okay, so that's a little bit more about that. I think somebody asked me about Christian mystics path, so I'll try to put something out on that as well. Christian mystics path is not easy either. It's a path of more of, you follow the admonitions of Christ, of course, and you're open to the Holy Spirit. Okay. And when the Holy Spirit opens, it can be like Kundalini. Like, remember when they had the Holy Spirit went through and they had the tongues of fire above the head? Well, yeah, that's like Kundalini. Okay. You have the mystics like St. John of the Cross, Teresa, Avila, or Teresa of the Little Flowers. They had a lot of mystical experiences, and those were due to this awakening as well. Okay. They had where the stigmata would show up. They had, just a lot of unusual experiences. So, yeah, the Christian mystics path is the same thing. Like I said, where I started out was an esoteric Christian order, and that's where my Kundalini was activated. Yes, it was in a Christian esoteric order. Okay. I would go down and we would have prayers every night, and it would be up in the morning, and they would give us things to do that we were not, that we didn't know how to do. Like I was a chief carpenter and, carpenter and kind of locksmith and carpenter and that type of thing. Now, I don't know anything about carpentry. So, we had to depend on spirit to get us through and to, aid us to move us forward in whatever it is they gave us to do. Like I said, mine was carpentry. So, yeah, it's like that. It's the prayer and opening up and, depending on spirit and prayer and surrender. Okay? So all of those things take place. It's, again, walking the path of Christ, which is not easy. Because, with Christ, it's the same thing whether you're doing Kundalini or you're doing, you say the Holy Spirit. You're going to go through the temptations. You're going to go through the scourging. You're going to go through, all those things that Christ went through. And that's why he went through it, to show this is the path. Don't expect the yellow brick road, okay? This is the path, okay? And surrender, okay? So yeah, difficult. Like he said to Satan, don't tempt the Lord thy God. You don't tempt, Satan's telling him, well, just bow to me and you can have everything. It's like, get behind me. So, you get those types of challenges and the other stuff that comes up along with it as you go through, okay? So it doesn't matter whether you have the Christian spin on it, Hindu spin, Buddhist spin. It all comes down to basically walking the same type of a journey. I just say you have different scenery along the way. That's the only difference. They all have basically the same type of path, same types of things you have to transition through, but you have different scenery. Whether it's Buddhist scenery, Hindu scenery, Christian scenery, doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. Like the Bible said, God judges the hearts and the minds. Okay? He knows the actions and he knows the thoughts and stuff behind it. And you may be trying to BS God, but you can't BS God. Okay? So, again, karma is there. Karma is real. And, yeah. I mean, even the Bible talks about, they ask, oh, are you John that came before? Are you, So, yeah, they believed in karma. They believed in reincarnation because they were asking, are you this one? Come back, So, ones that think it doesn't exist in there, it does. Okay. A lot of things were in there, that Ezekiel, wasn't it Ezekiel that saw the wheel within wheels? A saucer, flying saucer, wheel within wheels, okay? I mean, this stuff has all been going on for a very long time. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Much love and light, and we'll see you online.